आपको एफडी में कितना मिल रहा है? 7% मिल रहा है। तो यहाँ पे आपको 2% ज्यादा मिल रहा है। How much you should get? If you are putting in a stock market, you should get at least 15%, 12 to 15. Right? So if you look at this parameter, this is weak parameter. It's weak. It's what? Weak. So 9.29 is not suggesting a very good company. But only under one condition it can be considered as good. If the company has put a lot of money, it has put a lot of factories, it has acquired, it has spent a lot of capital. It has made a lot of investments to grow in the recent years. Okay. Now, when you put your money, will you start making money the next time, next year, or next month only? No, it will take time because you're going to buy the machine, you're going to buy a new factory, and it will start giving the result after how many years? 1 or 2 years? Okay, or maybe 3 years. So if the company has invested a lot of money in the last 1 or 2 years, then the return on equities are going to fall a bit for a while. And then because it is going to take time. It's a lag indicator. When you put an expense capex investment, it is going to take some time. The revenue will lag the capex. You put the capex and the revenue will go for after some time. And the profit will also make after some time. Right? So whenever you invest in a company, the company is going to invest money for the future. So the ROEs may drop a bit for the companies which are growing. So check that. Now, how do we know that that is happening or not in this company? So go to balance sheet. So how are you going to check that? Whether the company has put a lot of money in the recent capex. So go to fixed assets. It is 55, 59, 62, 94. Just look at the number. So what is happening? The company has put a lot of money into in this year from 62 to 94. Is that okay? And company has borrowed also a lot of money. Okay, fine. So which means a lot of money has gone as an investment. How much? Almost like 30,000 crores. And the company has not put that amount of money in the last few years, which means the ROI is bound to suffer. So is this company still good? ROI is okay according to you? Why it is okay? Because why it is okay? Yes, the company has invested. When the ROI is good, if the company has made good recent investment, and it is going to take time to generate returns against those investments. Companies ROE may fall a bit or pause a bit. Fine. So then what you have to do is basically to further analyze, go in the past and find how much was the ROE about 2 years back. It was around 15-16%. Then you say, I will confirm. So this you can do it. Okay. How you can do it? Either you can just look at the data yourself or plug this data in AI and say, tell me how much ROE the company was earning. Give me a trend of ROE in the last 5 years. So it will give you the ROE trend. Okay. It will tell you the ROE is going just now. Otherwise, the ROE is 15%. Okay. Put this data into the chat GPT and tell that what was the Ultratech, or go to the annual report and then it is given there. Annual report में पिछला data दिया हुआ था. Okay. So you have to make some research and find that whatever I am talking or whatever I am taking is correct. Now we come back. So I'm not going and checking that at the moment. So please do that. Okay. कौन करेगा? Ansh, original, and Yashika, and anyone. I'm just giving Shruti or anyone. Just what I'm saying regarding Ultratech, the ROE is now 9%. Just go and check how much ROE the company was doing and put it on a WhatsApp. Share it in the WhatsApp. What was the ROE? Anybody, I'm just giving an open challenge. Just go and find out what was, it will take just a minute, on a chat GPT. How much ROE Ultratech was doing in the last 5 years and what has been the trend. Okay. You'll find the ROE has come down because of the capital investment being made. That is my thinking. Okay. And that is what I have seen also. Is that okay? Okay. Now let's go back to the chart. Now ROE and ROCE. What's the difference between ROE and ROCE? ROCE. So if I just take this, if I show you the balance sheet, look at this. Look at this. So ROE and ROCE has a numerator and denominator, isn't it? What is the denominator? The capital. And numerator is the earning. Is that okay? The numerator will be earning and denominator will be the capital base. Okay. Numerator in case of ROE will be the net profit. And in case of ROCE, it will be operating profit, that is EBIT, earning before interest and tax. Is that okay? Fine. So EBIT, profit divided by the equity base will be ROE. Operating profit divided by total capital employed will be ROCE. So here, look at this. I'm just asking this question now from you. And just raise your hand. I'm not going to confirm unless you say, okay, I want to speak. I want to tell. Then you take. Now, this figure is equity. This is reserves. Okay. This is borrowing. So these are three numbers. Okay. Right. So what is the total capital of for calculating ROCE? Do you know that? Please raise your hands. अगर मुझे ROCE निकालनी है तो मुझे कितनी कैपिटल लेनी पड़ेगी? Just tell me. Just raise your hand if you know it. Okay, I'm not going to ask you to tell unless you say no, sir. I want to tell. हम क्या? देखो वो बंदा बता रहा है अंश है. अंश पहले क्यों नहीं आ रहे थे तुम यार? Okay, fine. So what will you take for calculating ROCE? What numbers are going to take? Okay, tell me.
We would take the reserves first.
No, this plus this plus this, all of them. All of them. आप तो हाँ कर रहे हो ना? All of them तो लोगे. अच्छा, ये आपका भी मत यही.
Reserves को क्यों लेंगे?
हाँ?
Reserve को क्यों लेंगे?
That's a good question. See क्या है? आपने पैसा दिया कंपनी में, आपने शेयर खरीदे, आपका पैसा ऊपर लिया है, कंपनी ने डिविडेंड भी दिया, कंपनी ने उसको क्लॉ बैक कर दिया, वो पैसा रिजर्व में चला गया, तो आपका पैसा कंपनी में पड़ा हुआ है, आपको नहीं पता, उसी से कंपनी बिजनेस करेगी, instead of taking loan, it should be your one. It's a capital. So reserve is what? Capital of the company. That means the reserves are, mainly formed out of the undistributed costs. Company, some companies pay dividend. पूरा डिफरेंट पार्ट नहीं तो रिजर्व बनेगा ही. अगर कुछ डिविडेंड दिया और कुछ अपने पास रखा तो रिजर्व जनरेट होगा. अगर डिविडेंड कुछ नहीं दिया, everything is still on time intercompany, then the reserves are going to. So reserves come mainly out of the undistributed profits of the company. Undistributed profits of the company. Is that clear? Now those profits have not been given to the shareholders. अगर शेयर होल्डर्स का ज्यादा क्या होता है, they would enjoy it, they would spend the money, or they are parked somewhere in a fixed deposit. But they say, don't do that. We are going to take your money. We are not going to give you, and we are going to use it for carrying out our business, for growing further. If they want to grow further, so either they have to take money on loan, or they will use your money out of the profits that you have made. The company is saying it's not going to give it back to you, and it is going to claw back the money into the business. Is that clear? तो पैसा तो आप ही का था, कंपनी में लगा हुआ है, कंपनी क्या करती है, कोई तो यूज कर रहे कंपनी ग्रो करने के लिए. Is that okay? Fine. So these three, and for calculating the ROE, yeah. आप बताओ ROE के लिए क्या लेंगे? श्रुति, नहीं है क्लास में. ROE के लिए क्या लेंगे? सिर्फ एग्रीगेट प्रोडक्ट बिजनेस. उसके लिए हम क्या लेंगे? ROE के लिए we will take these two numbers only. Return on equity means how much company has earned by using the capital given by the shareholders. But if we take all the three, that means how much operating profit company has earned by using all the sources of capital from all the stakeholders. Whether the company has borrowed, whether the company has taken from the shareholders. Am I not very clear? अगर कंपनी ग्रो कर रही है, company is making profits. Okay, so company will be all the resources, whether they have borrowed from the shareholder, borrowed from the bank, or taken from the shareholders, or the shareholders they have not given the dividends, they have redeployed into the business. So all the money which the company has becomes the capital of the company. Okay. So in case of ROC, we take everything, but in case of ROE, we are going to only cash. Only effectively, that is money given by shareholders to be used for calculating the ROE. Is it clear? Agreed. That is it. Fine. So now there is one cash here. You know, this is the capital on which day? कब किस दिन की capital है? 31st of March, isn't it? And if you look at the capital here, so it is the capital has grown, isn't it? Capital बढ़ गई है ना? Loan भी बढ़ गया है. So while calculating the ROC and ROE, we take the average capital employed. So we will add up this number, all these numbers, and divide by 2 to calculate the average capital deployed in the business. Fine? क्योंकि ये तो आखिरी दिन में कैपिटल आ रही है, तो हम जब ROE और ROC निकालेंगे, तो we'll take the average capital employed by the business. ओपनिंग कितना था, क्लोजिंग कितना था, दोनों को ऐड करा, डिवाइड कर दिया 2 से. प्रॉफिट तो एक ही है, प्रॉफिट तो आपने लिया एंड का, उसको डिवाइड कर दिया. तो क्या बिजनेस कर रहे हो क्या? Okay. So ROC, ROE understood. Okay, fine. The company has done not good. Now, if you look at some other company, for example, okay, look at the peers. Okay, look at, like Grasim industry, which is part of this thing. What is the, look at, like Dalmia, ROE तो बहुत कम है सबकी. Okay. Now, the face value of the share. The face value of the share is how much? $10. यानी जब कंपनी ने शेयर इशू करा था और अभी भी उसकी फेस वैल्यू 10 रुपए है. ओके, सो 10 रुपीज शेयर इज ट्रेडिंग टुडे 12,000 रुपीज, 12,400. इज दैट ओके? 10 रुपए का शेयर 12,400 रुपए में ट्रेड कर रहा है. ओके, इट हैज गॉन अप over the times because the company is doing good profits and everything. Now, sometimes, the face value was originally 10. It can come down to 5. It can then come to 1 rupee also. When the company is going to split the shares. Okay. Sometimes, like for example, the current price is 12,400. Okay. So it's very high. So Ultratech may decide that they are going to issue 2 shares for every 1 share held. They are going to split the share. Okay. The share price is going to become half and the face value will become 5 rupees. Is that okay? अगर कल को कंपनी क्या कहती है कि 12,500 का एक शेयर बहुत महंगा है, many people are not investing in our company, so they can decide to split the shares. They can make it half by giving 2 shares in lieu of 1 share to all the shareholders. So पहले आपके 2 शेयर, 1 शेयर थे, अब आपका 2 हो गए और फेस वैल्यू भी है 5 रुपए हो जाएगी. Is that okay? So company do that. Okay. Now we come to debt to equity ratio. Okay. So debt to equity ratio. Do you understand what it is? ये तो पढ़ी होगी ना आपने, रेशियो एनालिसिस पढ़ी थी or not? So debt to equity ratio means that company has deployed 34 paisa of debt per 1 rupee of equity. 1 rupee of equity and 34 paisa of debt. Is this ratio good or bad? This is very good. Companies relying mainly on their own capital. Okay. Companies virtually has very less of debt, more of equity. So this we can do cross check here. Let's go to the balance sheet. So अब आपको क्या करना है यहाँ पर? आपको ये डेट की फिगर लेनी है और इसको इससे डिवाइड कर देना है इक्विटी से 24 डिवाइडेड बाय 70,700 जस्ट डू दैट कितना आता है ऑफकोर्स एक तो तरीका ये होता है कि एवरेज भी ले सकते हो आप बट हम लेते हैं सिर्फ ये 24,000 डिवाइडेड बाय 70,000 70,600 कितना है डू दैट 0.33 okay so what it is showing here only debt equity ratio is how much 0.34 so what does it mean 0.34 means what 34 paisa of loan per month to your shareholders is it okay right now if we go to many other companies like go to for example a company like Tata Motors okay let's say Tata Motors. So here, what is debt to equity ratio? How much is the debt to equity ratio? 0.62. So is Tata Motors having more debt compared to Ultratech? Yes. Or go to, for example, company like Adani's who have a lot of debt. Okay. अभी अदानी ने भी काफी कम कर दिया debt. Here, what is the debt to equity ratio here? So Adani is having the highest debt to equity ratio. Now, if you remember last year, Adani was under fire. Okay, because many people were saying that Adani is in a lot of debt. So it can be in problems. Okay, so it's a highly leveraged company. If anything happens to its profit, it has to actually service the debt. It has to get interest on debt. When the company is not making good money, it will collapse. So if we see Adani Enterprises, then we say Adani has the highest debt to equity ratio. In this case, out of the three companies, Tata Motors, Ultratech, and Adani Enterprise. What was the Tata Motors debt to equity ratio? 0.6. What was Ultratech? 0.3. And what is the debt equity ratio of Adani? 1.8. यानी 1 रुपया 82 पैसा debt है और 1 रुपया equity. So they are actually doing a lot of business using the money of taking the money from banks or borrow from the market. Is that okay? Now, the second most important ratio, if you look at debt equity ratio, the second most important one is called the interest coverage ratio is 1.98, which is the company's profit in EBIT. Okay, fine. And where is the interest cover? In EBIT divided by interest. That means company is operating, how much profit the company is earning divided by how much interest the company is paying. Okay, fine. So it will be EBIT divided by interest. So if you want to calculate this number, go to profit loss account. Look at this. Okay. What is the interest here? 5,883. So we need EBIT. So EBIT is how much? Profit before tax. This number. We are going to add depreciation and interest. So 9,000 plus this. Okay. Will become all these three number added will become operating profit of the company EBIT. EBIT बन जाएगा ना? और उसको आप interest से divide कर दो 5,000. So just do that. How much is this? आप कीजिए 9,700 plus depreciation plus interest. So this is 19,000 बन जाएगा फिर, है ना? EBIT is 19,000 divided by interest, which is 5,000 or 6,000. Depreciation interest. Is that okay? How much it comes to? Again, we have to take the average to calculate the real number. So it will come a very high because companies' interest to coverage ratio is very bad. Okay. Now, what's a good number? Good number should be around 4. Around 4 is considered to be good number. Okay. The more it is, better it is. If it is 6, 7, 8, the companies will be AAA rated. Okay. If it comes to 1.98, the company rating will fall. But now this is not only one of the indicators, a lot of other things also, but this is one of the very important ratio. Okay. Fine. But let's say what is the credit rating of the company? Let's say what is the credit rating of this company? So long-term rating is company ने कराई नहीं because the rating would have been very down. So the company has not gone for long-term rating because the company has not raised money recently from banks. So it doesn't require the long-term rating. So it has not done. अगर जाएगी तो इसकी rating single A या B में हो जाएगी. Okay. Okay. So let's go back to Ultratech again. Okay. Now we come to the PEG ratio, the last one. Okay, we'll have a break now for 10 minutes. Okay. So just hold on. Just hold on. Let me just check the time. Time is 10:18. So 10:30 we are back. Okay. Fine.